if you were Greta Gerwig and got the assignment to like write and direct a film about Barbie, you couldn't have made anything better than this. Like this is the only way to do it, like in a way that's fun, keeping your dignity, making something that's more than a toy commercial, and saying something, and hilarious sometimes. Yeah, really fun movie. But it is still a toy commercial, and it is still like a brand washing project for Mattel, and like, sorry, I would start shitting on it straight away. I love this movie. It was so fun. Margot Robbie was great. Ryan Gosling was great. It was.
It sounds like you're shitting on the executive producers. You know what I mean? So that's okay. That's you know, and that's part of the film. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah. That is what I'm doing, and it is, but it's got such a strange place in society because it is like wedged right in between like the worst of capitalism and like the best of, or I don't know the best of, but like feminism. I don't know how to say this. Look, it's got some interest. Like, it's the feminism in this movie is good and all, but it's a bit like flat and a bit like superficial. When I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, it's so fun that they're making fun of Mattel and their Mattel executives. And then afterwards, I'm like, but there was a Mattel executive that told them to make fun, like who okayed that they could make fun of Mattel executives, so that Mattel looks like they have a sense of humor, which I know that they don't really have because I've seen the slate of movies that they wanted to make after this. And you know what I'm talking about? Like, it is a mind fuck, this movie, because I loved it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was great. I thought it was looked nice. It was such a great way to make this movie. To my point, like, okay, to my shitty points. It does just do like obvious feminist monologues like that, you know, like Poor Things is exploring things, and we talked about Poor Things last week. I'm saying last week, it was a few minutes ago. But like...
For the magic of podcasting.
The magic of podcasting. This is just being like, it's hard for women because patriarchy. Yeah, I know that.
Oh, come on. You're simplifying it a bit. It's not just saying patriarchy is bad, you know? Like, but I'll shut it.
I'm not saying that as a guy that's like, you know... hating on. I thought Little Women had more nuance to its feminism than this. You know, like I feel like it is.
I love Little Women as well.
Yeah, it was so great.
Good. But it's not from a feminist
and
point of
Ladybird.
view.
No.
I'm an anti-feminist. No, I'm joking. I'm not. I'm joking. But just from a film, just from a like, does the film touch your heart? Do you feel like it portrays a part of the human experience? You know, I'm not sure, and I don't disagree with you that perhaps it's not going for maybe deep in the radical third wave feminism. However, it is certainly an intersectional film. You know, like, you know, it's got a very diverse cast, sexually and ethnically, and you know, that's a very clumsy way of saying it, but you know what I mean?
It's more about the story, and I did like what he did with like. She discovers that she's not a role model because she's done all this bad to the world. Like, that's really cool that
that was so
dared
good.
to do that. Like, that she meets this teenage girl and she's just like, you fucking fascist or something like that, and she just starts crying. And it's really smart because it is like, that is Barbie. Like, that is what Barbie has done, and it's true in that way that like Barbie has been a role model and this horrible expectation thing for women.
Totally.
Yeah.
But perhaps not a fascist in the literal sense. But
no.
It's funny because I suppose like fascistic in how she's held up beauty standards throughout the years, which has been damaging. You know, of course.
It is just sitting a bit badly in my mouth with it being like a toy commercial for this company, and then they come out and they're like, oh my god, Barbie made so much money, we're making like what is it? We're making a Magic 8 Ball movie with Daniel Kaluuya that's gonna be in the vein of Get Out. We're making.
No.
Oh yeah, haven't you heard about this? They came up with
No.
like 40 different film concepts after Barbie came out, with the success of Barbie, like immediately after, and they came out with it straight away. And they were like, now have 40 projects in development based on different toys. We're doing.
But the thing is, it's Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach's genius that has brought
exactly.
this.
Yeah.
That has made it what it is. It's nothing to do with the Barbiness of it. I love Greta. You know, like.
Yeah.
Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig made Frances Ha, which is my favourite film. Like, and there's just, yeah, I know what you mean. But it's not about my list at the moment. You know,
Okay.
as in, I understand, and I actually do understand. You know, like, that's cynical. Like, that's grim that they've done that. Mattel.
They're gonna make a movie about Barney. Do you know the dragon Barney? Like
The dinosaur, yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh,
dinosaur.
yeah, well, that's fair. I mean, there's been a lot of Barney
It's wait.
videos. I used to have one.
It's being described as an A24 type surrealist film, similar to Being John Malkovich or Get Out. Then they're doing Hot Wheels with J.J. Abrams. It's gonna be like their Fast and the Furious series. They're making a Magic 8 Ball horror movie.
What the heck? What is a Magic 8 Ball? The one that you shake?
Yeah, the one that you shake. They're making. Okay, this
That's
is the
so
funniest. They're making a Polly Pocket. Polly Pocket is like some other doll that they own that nobody knows about. With Lena Dunham.
Is it someone? Yeah, okay.
Lena Dunham's gonna make like.
Lena Dunham.
And it's just like, okay, Greta Gerwig plus Barbie equals billions. Okay, Lena Dunham plus Polly Pocket also equals billions. No, it's not gonna work.
Stupid, yeah.
They're making Uno, the heist movie based on the card game.
That's so fucking dumb. How could it be based on a card game?
They're making Viewmaster the movie.
That's the first one I haven't heard of. No.
Viewmaster is the thing you look into, and then you like flip a thing, and there's new pictures coming up, and it looks like binoculars, but it's just pictures coming up. They're making a movie about that toy.
But the thing is, they're pitching it. It's probably not going to get made. Like,
no,
that's
probably
ridiculous.
not. But it's so stupid that Mattel was like, oh my god, we made so much money. We can make so much money on all our toys, making them all into films, and we're just gonna, make
terrible.
50 films or whatever, based on these stupid things that don't have anything. Yeah. Okay, my god, we got stuck.
That is bad. But I am going to look at Barbie in isolation. And I just found it such a good time in the cinema. I didn't know what to expect, really. Like, because it's a film about Barbie, I have no emotional connection to Barbie whatsoever. But I do have a emotional connection to most of Greta Gerwig's films and Noah Baumbach's films. And I thought the way that they wrote it together, like, for a very inclusive audience, like, I felt like the men could laugh at our silly menness, and there's a lot of like really nice. What I imagine are nice takeaways for the younger girls who are probably actually the target audience with a Barbie film.
Yeah.
Although perhaps it's also people our age, because it was people our age who Barbie actually had a big impact on. I don't know how big Barbie is before the film. Yeah.
It's very much for all ages. But what did you think about the scene where she like meets the real Barbie, like in like some kind of dream world?
Oh yeah.
And she's
no,
such a
that's in her
wholesome
world,
woman. Is
it's
it like the
dream,
inventor? She meets the inventor, I think, and she was
She meets the
named
inventor.
after her daughter or something. And it's very, after being so like, I don't know, like this is about something more, and about like the social movement that is, or I don't know if it's social movement, but the social entity that Barbie is in the world. And then they just go to this, like, that felt like a corny, like, Mattel commercial of, like...
I know what you mean, but I actually didn't mind it. Like, because I was just so... I was already sold, Like, I was happy with what they were going to do. And, like, she must have written it well enough that it worked for me,
Yeah. She just has, like, a cabin in the Mattel offices. And the Mattel offices are a bit like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory in that way, that like you walk down a hallway and then you enter like a room that's just like like some kind of weird cabin where an old woman lives, and she gives you some wise advice to go forward with.
It seemed like it was taking quite a lot from the Lego movie, and this synthesis between the Lego world or the Barbie world and the real world, especially like almost discombobulating to have Will Ferrell show up in both, you know.
Yeah.
But,
as the guy that doesn't understand it first and then understands it.
Yes, yeah, that's true. That's true. Big thumbs up from me. Loved it. You know, I didn't really have any criticisms, which is mad. Like, not
even the long on-the-nose monologues about how difficult it is to be a woman.
No, I loved that. I mean, I don't know how difficult it is to be a woman, but I loved it. You know, and a lot of the.
To be clear, I don't think the message is bad of it. I just thought it was so. What do you say? Hamstrung? Is that the word?
Ham-fisted, maybe.
Ham-fisted, yeah. So can we edit it so that I knew that it was called ham-fisted from the beginning?
Yeah.
So
we
that
can try.
Seem like I have a better grasp of the English language.
Depends who edits it.
Okay. Well, it's me. So.
Okay.
Oh my God, Ryan Gosling. I mean, he was best of the whole thing.
So funny.
He
do you think? Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know, isn't it uncomfortable? Everyone loves him, you know. Like, and I've talking to so many people who say like he stole the show, and it is just a bit it's a wee bit against the message, but he was great. Yeah. He was so good.
I think actually. Robbie as well. Yeah, I think Margot Robbie is. I think he's really funny, but I think Margot Robbie is the one who has like the emotional punch in the movie to get like an Oscar nomination. I think it's ridiculous that he gets an Oscar nomination for this part. In a way, like
I know, and she doesn't. I mean, it's just bad optics. Like her, like the bit where she's like getting upset, and as soon as she goes to the real world and becomes disillusioned, I thought it was funny. More than anything else,
totally.
Like,
and I cried. Like I cried when she was crying. I was like, it's tough to be a Barbie doll in in the real world. I can relate.
No, it was great. It was really great. Hey, I'm Josh the Scot.
And I'm Mårten the Swede, and this is an excerpt from our film review podcast called The SCOT
and the Swede, where every episode we review a new film and an old film, somewhat related, and then do another shorter recommend of a Scottish film.
And a Swedish film. So if you want to listen to the whole episodes, you can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and any podcasts streamer of your choice.